some of the things that have happened is I'll notice there's a business kind of diagonally across from my house. And I would come home from work at a set time. And a car would be sitting there on with their headlights on because I work nights. So it'd be dark when I'd get home in the morning. Or it'd be dark when I was leaving for work. And there'd be a car there. And it was usually, sometimes it's the same car, different cars. But they would be parked and their headlights would be flashing into my house. And of course you can't prove it other than that wasn't going on before Neil moved out. There would be certain cars, it would be the same car, but it would be there when I showed up, like where I would go out for grocery shopping and then I'd come out and that car would be there again, that same Mustang, in some cases, would be parked nearby. Just weird stuff. But the latest was my online banking. I had a charge that I was disputing, and I happened to go look in my profile, which I really don't do very often. But I did because I wasn't sure this charge, what was going on. And I noticed on the profile, it had an email address that was associated to, similar to my ex's, as a contact. And it was like, oh my God, that's why I wasn't getting emails from my bank. I had noticed I wasn't getting emails from my bank anymore, but I really didn't think much of it because I don't pay attention. I should. I know. Bad. But also the contact number wasn't mine. It was an old one. So I went in and changed it, and I was talking to the bank about the charge after I changed that. And the woman I'm talking to goes, are you trying to change your password? I'm like, no, I just did that. And she goes, someone, when we're talking, is trying to change your password. And I'm like freaking out. And so she had me change my username while we're talking. I went in. It was kind of a pain in the ass. Do you know how hard it is to talk on the phone and get on an app on the phone? It is a pain in the ass, but I did it. Anyway, so I ended up going to the bank to close the account and started a checking account and launched an investigation. And they did. And they said it was from my own device. No, I'm not crazy, but so I went to Apple. Anyway, they think my phone was cloned, and that would have been the second time possibly my phone was cloned. I've had messages from Google, Gmail, where someone's tried to change my password, and it wasn't me. This is all stuff after our breakup. I was getting tons of weird texts and hang-up calls. So I'd changed my number multiple times. So I was getting harassed on the phone. I was getting followed. When Neil first moved out, I'd come home, and it would be weird things that, like, the one time we were separated. For instance, my space heater would be turned on, and I know I turned it off because I'm terrified of fires. I had an uncle as a firefighter. So I started doing things to make sure that I knew, but it was gaslighting. So I ended up spending money I didn't want to spend. I got external cameras, an alarm system, a fingerprint doorknob on it was gradual. Like, I kept having to escalate until finally that behavior stopped. And here's the thing, if you're crazy and this stuff isn't really happening, it doesn't matter. I think you'll believe they're still getting in your house no matter what you do, how many cameras you put on. But it is stopped. Then it went to my car. My car seat would be moved up. I'm a tall woman. For a woman, I'm tall. And I'd get in. I'm like, what the hell? That happened a couple of times. My visors would be down, and I drove home at night and hadn't touched. It would be little things that if you tell someone, it'd be like, you just forgot your visors. That you put it down. You just left the space heater on. So you can't even complain about it because you sound freaking nuts. But you know you turned it off. You know your visors weren't down because when you leave in the morning it's dark, and when you come home it's dark. Like, so I added car alarms, and now I'm having to park in my garage with car alarms to keep them out. A couple of the random things, going through my trash. Like, there were a couple of times someone went through my trash. Like, this stuff never happened when I was still with Neil. But can I say for a fact it's him? No, but it's kind of weird that it happened after he left. I made him leave. And some people go, well, Heather, you tell me he wasn't sleeping with you. He's very cold and distant. He was having an affair. You just made him move out. Reverse discard. He wasn't that into you. Why would he stalk you? That's true if he was a normal person. Except I don't think a normal person would do the he's not that into you thing. Narcissists don't like being dumped. They may push you into it, but at the end of the day, their ego they just can't handle it. Didn't matter how bad they treated you. They just can't handle you actually dump them. I think it was about power and control and asserting dominance. At first, I was frightened when I'd see the weird cars, the weird stuff going on, coming home and finding stuff different than how I left it. Right now, it's weird. It's like, it went from being fear to annoyance to right now, it's fucking amusing. It's like, really? You screw around on me. You're abusive mentally, emotionally, and psychologically, and physically, and financially. And now you're stalking and having your friend. You were such a coward. It's just amusing. It's like, what are you thinking? Like, how old are you? 3? You're so afraid of me, confronting me, laying it on the line. You have it in for me so bad that you have to have other people come after me. Like, really? Are you that scared of me? And are you that butthurt that I wouldn't tolerate your abuse anymore? Like, just move on. You've been out since February. The main thing that bugs me, though, right now, the stalking, the gang stalking, and the cyber stalking, and the hacking, there's nothing I can do about it. They're just going to keep doing it. So it's just like, okay, I guess I live rent-free in your head, and you're such a coward. You got to have a whole bunch of other people come after me. Okay. It's what he's doing to our children. He's alienated his children from me. They just saw reactive abuse. They didn't see what led up to it. The mental instability, yes, indeed. I didn't go into that while living with him. I had to be on meds and be in therapy to function because my reality was so distorted and I felt so horrible about myself. My children don't see that when I'm not with their dad. Don't need meds, don't need therapy. I do just fine. They just think I'm mentally unstable, and the stalking they've heard about, though, that's just mom being crazy. I've just had to accept that. They were brainwashed, and I love them, but I can't. They don't understand narcissistic abuse. I doubt they ever even bother to Google the signs and symptoms of being abused narcissistically for decades, but that's all happened, and let's continue on the next one.